The only little good things you do, they make me no. This distance is taking a hold of me for sure. Baby, come.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl Kyla, and I'm back with another episode of DilemmaTalks, and I have my special guest here with me, Kid.
I'm Kent, y'all.
Eddie. I want to know something. Okay, so, do y'all think girls could be friends with boys, or like boys could be friends with girls?
Yeah.
Without any
At first, I didn't think that.
Going on?
I didn't think that at first. I used to be a hoe, not gonna lie to you. I ain't never think that. I'm like, oh, I gotta bag everything I see. Even if she my partner, especially if you my partner and I'm spending bread on you, oh, I got a bag for sure. And then if you going through with your old man, that's cool. I'm gonna hit you, but nah, I've been healing. You hear me? I feel like you could, if you like focus on what you gotta do, and like you look at like a girl as like an actual friend instead of like just a coochie, you hear me? Then you can do it. I feel like you could. I think I've been doing it for the past like what year and a half. How long me and Terrell? year and a half. Yeah, I think you can do it.
I kind of always been like that, you know. I just been a friendly person, so like male, female, boy, girl, it really don't matter. Like if I rock with you and you're cool people, and sometimes like you know it's just that I really don't see you like that anyway. Mm-hmm. But I ain't gonna lie, with the attractive friends, I can't say I actually do have. I feel like I do have a lot of attractive friends, female wise. I really don't look at them like that, you know. And then maybe it's something that's just really not clicking for me in my head to be like, oh yeah, I want that. But like I really feel like, you know, if you have some bad bitches for friends, and you know, and they just be friends, you know, you ain't got.
And they put you on game. They put you on game a lot.
Well, I never really.
I be fucking with something, and then I be like, see, I'm about to crash out. Like how I feel about it. Shit, like you doing too much. I mean, she playing with you, but you doing too much. You gotta keep it P type shit
right.
too. So they put you on game.
Yeah, they show you ins and out to really like, no, this how she thinking because she a woman, you know. But like, you know, you could definitely have bad bitches for friends and not want nothing more than friends.
Free drinks.
Free drinks.
Niggas see them at the bar and be like, ooh, I'm about to give her what you call it. Man, she slide that bit right to me. Thank you. I appreciate you, sir.
Facts.
Hornball.
Like, that's what you get. Spend that money.
Thank you.
Spend that money. Come bring it back to this table. You ain't gonna even know I'm smoking the hookah you bought.
Right. First date, what's the ultimate turnout for you?
Honestly, it really depends on the vibe before, all right? So, like, if I come into the first date knowing that, oh, we don't already hold hands and kiss, and like, well, I ain't gonna say kiss, we already don't held hands, you know, we don't say certain things to each other to let me know the level of which I need to pursue you at, and I'm not talking about for the long haul, I'm just talking about at least for the night, right? I know if it's just like, oh yeah, you know, I'll let you take me out, I'm gonna play it cool, you know? If we go to the movies, if I could hold your hand at the end of the night and get a hug, that's a dub for me. Or even a kiss on the cheek, that's a dub for me. But if I know I don't did all that without the, you know, if I don't did all that without even having to take you out or whatever, because you just feeling me like that, I'm just feeling you like that, you know, it's just, you know, anything extra after that night is land yab. You know, I ain't gonna say I'm expecting the kiss because you might have just been feeling that type of way in the moment, you know. In the actual dating setting, you might be like, okay, no, I'm a act right, you know, I'm gonna act like a person that's being pursued and not just give it up so easily, you know. So I might have to work a little harder, but I know it's there, right? So like, you know, that night I might be like, I'm a little shocked that I didn't get a kiss or whatever, you know, that we ain't end up laid up at somebody's crib or something like that, you know. But like, it really just depends on the vibe before the hand to let me know how I need to approach this tonight. That's me personally.
It don't need to
So
be.
how y'all feel about girls like doing it on the first night?
For me, bro, I feel like I'm a type of nigga, but like, I ain't tweaking a smash, so the vibe don't matter to me, because I know I'm going to get it. It's just when I'm going to get it. But I really be feeling played. Like, I came scoop you up from the trenches, bro, and we get on a date and you ordering crab legs. I know you ain't never had crab legs in your life, bro. So why you feel like since I'm paying for it, you got to get steak and lobster? Like, come on.
You like girl that have crab legs?
She don't even know how to pronounce filet mignon. You talking about something. Come on, get out of there, bro. You apply for like you playing. Because you from the trenches, bro. You ain't finna play with me. I'm talking about in the east. I'm from the AWR too, but she in the east. I'm talking about it right about that. She, man, look. Stop playing with that our hood. Why you talking about that?
I know,
but still, like I feel like
I'm from Kenner.
I feel like no, son, cause like for me, like I feel like I'm all about genuineness. You hear me? I know I'ma bag you, and I know if like you know we vibing, it's cool. So I'm gonna meet your people all rip. I don't even want to talk to you unless I speak to your mama. You hear me? So like once I get a vibe of how your family is and I know what type of upbringing you had, that's when I take you out. You don't even got milk in your fridge. And you talking about I want filet mignon. Like, don't play with me. If you're not about to order that by yourself, like, no, don't play with me, bro. Like, I done had like 2-3 days like that. I go on the first date, they always on you. Dudes obviously gonna pay, so they feel like I'm about to order whatever I want because it's on you. Like, no 3 pounds of crawfish. Fuck my food.
I ain't gonna lie. I would, back in my single times, it was just different, I kind of always, I ain't gonna lie to you, I kind of always expected to, if you talking about we ended up somewhere, a house setting at the end of the night, there's not too many times, damn, I don't want to say this, you know what I mean? Not too many times where I didn't end up, no, that's right, it's fine, it's an interview, that's past me, it ain't me now, but there's not too many times where I didn't end up, laying it down at the end of the night, you feel me? But like, it's not that I expected it, it's just kind of like, I kind of figured it might happen, or like if it do happen, I just let it, I just let it happen. But there's certain things I feel like that transpire in the middle of the night, to let me know where I'm gonna end up. Not to say it's gonna change how I act, but it just let me know where I'm gonna end up at the end of the night. And off of what he said, I ain't gonna lie to you, I just always try to put myself in that position where if this crazy ass girl talking about she want filet mignon, crab legs, lobster, and all that stuff, that's fine. I'm gonna have that tonight, and then depending on how we. You hear me? At the end of the night, let me know if I'm talking to you the next morning. If I'm sending you, hey, good morning, with a kissy face or just GM with like a little sun.
So y'all ain't never say how y'all feel about girls like giving it up on the first night.
I love it. I feel like you know what you want, bro. Like you know what you, bro. Like the love of my life gave it to me on the first night. Like you know what you want. It's like I feel I don't think you're a hoe. I just feel like you're easy, but still. You gotta ask yourself, like, is they easy or is it just me? And I feel like I just carry myself a certain way, so I mean I get it fast, but
She probably giving it up.
I mean you say that,
it's good. He all offset.
She probably you think to yourself though, you think to yourself she probably is. You think to yourself she probably is, but then like that's when you bring up in a conversation like who you like. They gonna talk about their exes, so they gonna talk about the type of niggas they done dealt with. If you dealt with bums, or if you dealt with niggas that's weird, niggas with no, like that don't have no mouthpiece, like that just don't vibe, son. Like you kind of know where you stand with that girl. Yeah, you know where you stand with that girl. I mean, I'm gonna for sure be like, I'm gonna tell you about yourself. You hear me? Like don't try to play on me. I bagged your first night, but still, like it's cool. You know what you want.
Don't do that though.
It's cool though. You know what you want.
Yeah,
I'm easy. I'm giving up first night.
Gotta do that.
You hear me?
But that's what
men are easy.
That's what I'm saying. We
Men
gotta wait,
bro. Men easy because you gotta get to a certain level just to get to that. Like y'all don't realize like bagging a short is like really building the perfect parlay, son. Like you gotta look a certain way. You gotta have amount of bread.
Smell a certain way.
Bro. You can have all that and still not bag, bro.
Still not bag.
So that like when you like.
I know. I've been there.
So saying a man easy is, I don't know, bro.
But
it's easy for that man. He ain't easy. It's just easy for him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
But if she did give it up on the first night, I really ain't gonna think about you differently. Like, ain't gonna think about like, cause I feel like this is crazy, right? I feel like if you gotta think about a woman a certain way after the first night because she gave it up, it's because you insecure.
You lame, yeah.
You thinking about, well, who else she don't
Who
give
else
it up
she
on her
fuck-
fair?
that's not your business,
I'm
'cause
not
she
worried
fucking
about
you
that.
right
That's what I'm
now.
saying. Especially right now, you giving
What
it
you
up.
doing? Why she fucking you?
That's
all
what I'm
you need
saying.
to worry
Like,
about.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm not about to worry about that because now you
Still
think
a whore, but still, I love you.
you thinking about
but
a
niggas
whole.
love hoes though.
That's true.
I love hoes, but it's like
You think
I
about a whole
only
nother man
get
though.
fucked up when I think about what the hoe did before me or what the hoe doing.
Right, 'cause
when
not-
she
That's
not with
all
me.
insecure.
Cause why I'm thinking
No,
about another
I'm saying
man.
that's when I get fucked up. Is if I'm thinking about, my hoe not with me right now, so she doing this. My hoe wasn't with me at this time and she was doing that. That's why you fuck. But when that hoe is with you, let me stop.
But
saying
you
hoe.
fall
when
into
that young
it,
lady is with you, who you deem to be a whore. When she's with you, what are you doing in that moment? And you not doing nothing.
But that's not
keeping
off the
her with
that's
you.
not off the first night though, right? That's more like after you done dealt with her a few times.
Yeah.
No,
Now
that's
it's
not
like
the first night too.
I mean,
If I smash the first night, I'm not thinking, she probably let niggas smash the first night all the time. I think to myself, she let me smash. Now, what am I doing tomorrow? And what am I doing when I see her and when I'm with her? So, I mean, hey,
I just don't feel like I'm not worried about that. Like, and all my times that I don't have my first night smashes, bro, that was not in my mind. In my mind, I'm like, I'm that nigga, bro. Like, I'm him, nigga. Like, I don't got them. And it's more stem from not even when I did it, right? It's more I know it's leading up to tonight because of this, and that. You don't say this, so we hitting this route, and then I said this. So it's like, I'm not saying it's chess. You know, I'm not saying I don't set up the moves for it to end up this way. But in my mind, I'm like, I know how tonight gonna end. Like,
You know what's funny,
I'm
bro?
really that nigga
You know
because
what's
I
funny,
got
bro?
here at the end of the
You know
night.
what's funny, bro? We never asked the question, though. Like, this is the first time I'm thinking about it. If I didn't set the mood, I done did this, and this, and this, and this, and I'm doing everything that I'm doing to like make it to where she wanna fuck me. Why I feel a certain way about her? Cause she wanna fuck me. I done did everything that made her want fuck me. You hear me? So I can't even call her a hoe. You hear me? Now I really feel like you're a hoe if a nigga. If I done did all this, but a nigga took you out and you ate a hot spicy, then you fuck him. Then I'd be like, alright.
Maybe that. But at the time being, I really don't care about what somebody did in the past. All I know is that I'm that nigga now in the present. I got them draws the first night. That's what I'm thinking about. And then maybe if we take it to the relationship level after a while, I'm thinking a few months later, like, damn. Cause now my feelings involved, right? Cause I don't care what you say. You could be confident as hell. We all imperfect. You always gonna have some type of insecurity in the back of your mind, whether you like it or not. So if I'm thinking like months later, like, damn, randomly, I'm sitting on the game and I just, damn, she would let me fuck the first night. Who else who else she did that for? Cause now but now I'm involved with you after months later.
Well, yeah, that's different.
You know, if we hit that first night, you know, I don't had that before, and like I know that I wasn't involved with this female after that. I did not even care about who she ever let hit the first night. I don't even care.
Not gonna lie. Smashing somebody, then immediately think about what a man did. Kinda gay.
I'm not worried about another
Kinda
nigga.
gay, bro.
Cause why I'm
Kinda
worried
gay.
about a man, why I'm about to be in some girl's drawers.
You just smashing. Your first thought is, I wonder what that other nigga did with her. That's gay. Not gonna lie to you.
Right. That's a little. Not to say that anything's wrong with homosexuality. You know, you like who you like. Am I gonna be okay with that? Hey, look, that's my belief. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna judge you for what you believe in. Not saying that, you know, I'm not homophobic or nothing. Even though I think the term homophobic is a little. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like thinking about another man while you about to get it on the first night is a little sus. Like, why you should be worried about getting in that, you know, in that. Yeah, you should be on your own time. You feel me?
I want to be
Okay,
tipsy.
so tell them a little bit about y'all and y'all background and stuff.
You want to go first?
Yeah, Eddie is what they call me, but I rap, go by Thaxton, Thaxton, Thaxton the artist. Just started boxing with my mans, so another page on Instagram, Thaxton the fighter, and I used to be in the military. I just work for the government still, and that's how I met these guys right here. But that's pretty much it about me.
So I guess
Okay, your turn.
I guess that's my turn, huh? I guess my name is Kent. Y'all want the whole thing? I'm from Kenner, Kenner City, bro.
Oh, my.
But like I said, we work at the same job. I ain't gonna say where I work, cause I don't want y'all to come pop up on me. But not too much about me. I just got into boxing not too long ago. About 2 years back or something like that. Trying to see what that's gonna be like. You know, might take it pro. Who knows? Probably. If everything turns out right, I'll take it pro, and we're gonna see where we go from there. I like cars. You know, I don't know. That's pretty much about it. This is like my brother right here. So you got a duel with you tonight.
Okay, so what sparked y'all interest in sports cars?
You can go first.
I don't know. I always ever since I was kind of young, I just always remember being interested in cars. My dad had got me this Ford model car that I completely destroyed, but he got me it. But even since then, I always liked the sounds of cars. They always fascinated me, bikes and stuff like that too. So, and it just seemed like it just developed over the years. I just wanted to get a faster car. In high school, I was like, oh, I'm gonna get this car here, and then it changed to this car, and then I ended up liking Mustangs. I got a Mustang. I got 2 Mustangs now, but it just always was a passion I had, man. I think really what helped me was my dad.
And how you like the first car? or tow it up? Whatever.
Dang, wreck the first off rip is crazy. You tell me
Crazy.
off rip is crazy. My first car actually, what actually led me to get the second car. My second Mustang was my first car. Actually had an engine malfunction and it locked up on me, and so I actually needed to get a new engine. But that's super expensive with actually buying an engine and then finding a shop to do the repairs and all that. So, in the time being, I was like, look, I just gotta get on my feet with something. So I bought an older model car. And at the time, I was like, man, this is easy to handle. It's cool. I would swing and slide it this way. And then one day, actually, on my way home from one of boxing training one morning, I kind of pushed it, about it, because he was the first person I called when I ended up in the situation I did. But I was trying to do too much at the time, and then next thing you know, I actually ended up sliding it into a tree. Yeah, so took on some good damage, but I turned out okay. I freaked out. I hopped out immediately and started doing squats and jumping jacks just to make sure I wasn't hurt. But I just was I was honestly trying to just practice. It's something. A lot of people might be like, "Oh, you can go to a track or a closed off place like that," but it's like I practice it to do it in the street. So if I don't do it in the street, I'm never going. I don't encourage that. I'm not encouraging that for any the young audience out there. I'm not encouraging that to do that in the street. Definitely do that in a closed course for sure. It's a lot safer. But it's just something I chose to do that day, and I gotta reap what I sow now. I just accept my consequences. So miscalculated. I guess I was overestimating my skill, and next thing you know, I just ended up in the tree.
Well, we're glad you're here.
Yeah, round of applause. I'm playing. But that's how I wrecked that car. The other car is fine now. Luckily, I just was in the middle of getting it out the shop, so I wasn't down for too long.
Okay.
But
what about you?
For me, I wasn't even really in the cars for real. I went from my first car was a Ford Focus, and I stayed in the A-Ward, so I got that 3 days later it flooded. So then I was like, I recouped from that, got a Kia Optima. I was straight with that, and then that's when the pandemic happened. So then when the pandemic happened, every 5 seconds, all you hear Hellcat, Scat Pack, Trackhawk, Demon, all that. So I wasn't paying enough attention because I'm on a deployment in Mexico with the military. So my partner put me on to this artist called Lucky, and I'm listening to him. And all I hear is the same thing, SRT, SRT, SRT. So I get into it, see what they talking about, and I lead a deployment with buku bread. Like, fuck I'm gonna do? I don't want no house. I'm young. I ain't never had no money. I'm about to spend $100,000 on nothing. You hear me? So I went and got me one custom made, and fuck, it was just regular stuff for the longest, and then my partner copped the Mustang. So then, from now on, just was with groups, or not necessarily in the groups, but just running with groups, or just doing buku car stuff. Wrecked my car for the first time. Didn't know I wasn't supposed to cut my traction off in the rain.
You cut your what?
My traction. So with any car, the traction is the computer gonna kick in telling you, okay, you swerving up. You know what I'm saying? So I cut the traction all the way off. Put that bitch in track mode. When I yammed the gas, it wasn't even raining a lot, dude, man. Bow, hit a pole. So, you learn from those mistakes. Well, a normal person would learn from those mistakes. I learned how to not fuck up when I do crazier shit. You hear me?
Yeah.
So,
Hard-headed.
it's hard-headed. So from then on, it's just, I don't know. When I start the cut, it's just hard to explain. It's one of them things where you don't really choose it, they choose you, honestly. So, but, that's really it. That's how I got into it. Just COVID, being bored, and then seeing this just thrown in my face, might as well. I just fell in love with it. As soon as I drove it off the lot. That's pretty much it for that.
Okay, so what sports car model or brand do you think defines the perfect ride?
It's honestly in this day and age, I feel like, back in the day, yeah, a lot of times they'd be like, oh, this country's car is better at this, or this country's car is better at that, and it probably still is true about today, but like now technology is just too far advanced. And plus nowadays a lot of different car companies share stuff with other cars, and they not even the same brand. So it's really just like whatever you feel like spending your money on is what you're gonna get. And of course there probably still some actual brand cars like German brand or Japanese brand or something like that. They probably still have better qualities than other cars, but now I just feel like nowadays it's just whatever you want to spend your money on, because a lot of them cars get expensive, American or not, them cars get expensive, and because they put that, especially if it's designed for, like you said, the perfect ride, it's gonna be expensive. So I just feel like it's whatever you want to spend your money on, and then a lot of times too, it's like it don't even matter what your level of car you buy it at. You always get aftermarket parts, like parts you can buy outside of the manufacturer to like increase the how do I say it? Increase the quality of the car. Whether it's the speed, the ride, the handling. There's a lot of stuff you can pay to make it better. So you could build your dream ride. I wouldn't necessarily say a brand has
A perfect car.
exactly. You could build it, honestly, in my opinion.
I ain't gonna even care, bro. I'm about to go all the way left. I love Muscle Till I Die, and like my newfound favorite car is like I done seen LaMelo Ball pull up to the stand with a wide body Rose, and it got like the sound of the V8. It's luxury and it look nice. But I done drove with my sister 2008 Honda Accord with 300,000 miles on it, brother. You can get parts cheap. They're reliable. I just feel like Honda. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like if you looking for looks, Honda gonna make something that look good. If you looking for something you can build up to be crazy, Honda. If you looking for something reliable, Honda. If you looking for something that's gonna last like long as hell, Honda. So it's either Honda or Toyota, honestly.
Oh, Toyota for sure.
Yeah.
My uncle been having his Toyota truck for I don't know how long,
Oh.
but it's still holding on.
Them old Japanese cars really. Japanese and German, I say, especially you got old car, if you take care of it, it's gonna take care of you. I promise you that. You treat it well, do all the maintenance on it, it's gonna last you forever. It's gonna last you 1,000,000 miles. So
Yeah, I think definitely Honda for me.
Mustang.
And I ain't even gonna say that. I love Dodge. I never leave Dodge, but like if it's like I gotta buy my daughter something to go to school, or my son to go to school, Honda for sure.
They gonna get this hand-me-down Mustang. That's what they gonna get. Crash it just like me. That's what they gonna do.
Oh no! Don't say that.
No, I'm gonna be right there with them, but I'm gonna be like, man, you had to turn this way, not that way. I told you this.
Okay, so what's the fastest you ever driven? If you're comfortable sharing.
Easy. My car. Now I'm gonna say this. I know you said driven. The fastest I ever been in a car was like I think 172. It was in Alejandro when he had his Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
We just had the BR for. Never mind. We was hitting the BR.
That's why you hit that max speed on the way to BR.
And he even hit it. Bro. He was just like
What?
172. Oh no, that thing was gonna keep pulling. But we had slowed down because it was dark. We didn't have no troopers. But me personally, in my my newer Mustang, that's the one that when the engine was good and the one that engine failed. I easy top out 150 easy, and that's only because in the 150 miles an hour. Yeah, but honestly, it's once you get used to it, it is absolutely. I'm not saying this, like I said again, I'm not encouraging this, but like I'm just saying, a lot of times faster. Some of your sports cars have, all of them have like a electronic, what they call electronic governor on it. So it like governs the top speed in it. So even though your car might say 160, 200, the computer might stop it at a certain level. And I'm telling you, every time I would hit 150, I would do it so much that I knew when I was at 150 without even looking down, because I could feel my car, what they call pulling, like it just kept going, and then I could just feel it cut off at a certain point, and I just roll my eyes and be like, I'm at 150, I'm at 150, bro. I could feel it. The first time it caught me off guard, I'm like, man, what just happened to my car? I looked down, it's nowhere near 160. It just stopped at 150, and I still got this much to go to 160.
That must be like a safety hazard type of thing.
I mean, 150 ain't too safe, but like, yeah, I guess it's to prevent you to go beyond 150. Cause like, all right, if you hear, you might have a death wish. I'm not saying I had a death wish, but it's like, come on, bro, calm down.
Yes.
But no, but I'm smart with it. I've only ever done it with open roads in front of me, open highway, late nights, or like with nobody on the road.
Okay, so do you prefer driving on open highways?
Definitely, yeah.
Or
Definitely highways.
I mean, it's cool, but I ain't gonna lie. I like a little traffic because
Oh, brother.
just hear me out. Hear me out.
Whoa.
you like the swerve?
Walk with me now. Walk with me. Yeah, cause I ain't gonna lie.
Dangerous.
I ain't gonna lie. One of my first few times learning, I would say like increasing my skills is when I used to be with one of my past girlfriends at the time. She stayed in Georgia, so we would always take, whenever I go up there visit her, I would drive my car sometimes, and then well actually all the time I would drive my car up there, and then we would take trips to Atlanta. And Atlanta, like Houston got them 5 wide, 6 wide highways and a lot of traffic, and like sometimes them boys want to get active, so it really taught me how to just cut through cars and without this is gonna sound crazy, but without even using my side view mirrors, because it's just like I know I just passed this car, so I know I got this space, so I'm just boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 just hitting it through cars. And that's really, I ain't gonna lie, Atlanta really taught me how to drive just from learning how to do that. And it was crazy that I even tried it at the, but once it worked out, so.
That's really crazy because Georgia PD got a Hellcat, huh?
I think that's recently in the new year.
Oh, that recently. Yeah.
What about you, though?
I know the fastest I went. First time my high speed was like 150, and I was just always Googling, like, you hear me, what's the top speed on a scat? So I was just saying 170, 172, 170, 172. But that's because the governor, once you hit a certain speed, like the car itself is not gonna let you go faster. So I never forget the date. I just broke up with my ex. I just got my scat, and I'm playing the Future. I'm playing everything. But then this song called Why Not by Lucky came on, and I'm like, I'm about to do the dash. Man, I'm leaving BR. I think at the time I had to be in either Gramercy or Sorrento. And I'm like, the trooper's really not gonna be here till I get to La Place. Cause they be on that what you call them?
On the side, like.
Bro, it took me like 2 seconds to go from 60 to 165. Like in 2 seconds. And I'm just, sunroof up, 165.
That's a difference?
I was gonna go faster though.
I'm saying like 160 to 165, that's like a difference.
I mean, I know I went from 60 miles an hour just cruising to 165 in like 2 seconds. And I had just got it too. So like I just came from a kid. Like I wasn't used to that. Man, you hear me? I hit the nitrous and fast and furious. You hear me? I hit one of them. I could have went faster, but when you go a certain mile.
Yo, of course, yeah. Of course. I hope so.
But I was gonna go fast, but I ain't. If you go over a certain mile an hour, they gotta take your license, take you to jail, all that. So I'm like,
that's a felony offense after.
And I was still in the military at the time, and my partner had just told me how he got booked for doing that. So I was like, let me slow it down because I'm getting closer to La Place. But I know for sure I was gonna touch at least 170. But I just slowed it down at 165 though. And I hope my mom is not gonna be listening.
Okay, so you like driving on open highways?
Ideally, yeah.
All right, brother.
Have y'all ever participated in track days or car races, and what it was like?
Track days, absolutely not. That shit expensive.
What is that anyway?
So like down here, they got the NOLA Motorsports.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me, Lord. I apologize. But you can go there.
It's dumb. Like
you can go there. You can take your car, or sometimes they give you cars to rent. But you can go there.
I don't know. The little driving cars?
No, not go-karts. No, you talking about No, I'm talking about car cars. Like
no, like in the movies when they be having the little helmets on, they be in a little old looking car.
Oh no. They give you like Ferraris.
No, that's when people actually take their stuff to the track and do that because they done built them cars from from scratch. Yeah.
But no, these like you can take yours there too, or they can give you cars, but they gonna have a driver with you. But you can go there and pay a certain amount of money to get a certain amount of track time on there, and like they do it by groups. Like this is my slower group, this is my fast group, this maybe my medium group that they want to go push it, but they know they're not gonna take the risk. They definitely have levels to it, and you get a certain amount of time on there, and that's it. But have I been in races? Absolutely. On the highway, from what we call from a dig, which just means from a dead stop, and you just running out there. I ain't gonna hide it, out what they call the pad, I'm an Esther, yeah.
Hypothetically, if they had this place, where you do all types of crimes like that.
I mean, hey, I ain't gonna say,
That's why I learned how to slide. That's why I learned how to do everything. That's what.
Out in Mexico,
That's not even just for cars though, cause like I know they had a mini bikes, they have all like. That's one of them places. I didn't know nothing about cars like at all. I went to the pad for one night. Man, I thought I was street outlaw. I thought I knew everything, and they put down real bread,
big money,
real bread, and then like you see how much like this shit really costs. Cause I'm used to Grand Theft Auto, I'm used to Need for Speed. I want brand new Midnight Club. I want brand new rims. I want this new motor. Let me just 2,000 on the game. But then when you in real life, you see how this small could cost like thousands of dollars, and it'll change the whole course of how fast you go, or even if your car start up. Like, so it's like I did a lot of participating at the pad. Yeah, that's essential. I feel like if you don't even have a muscle car for real to go to the pad.
True.
They got Hondas, Infinities. I done seen the shorty slide so smooth in an Infinity, no tires. She just on the rims,
Straight
metal.
It's crazy. Sparks flying.
Sparks flying, sliding though. Cause they come out
So
there.
scared.
It's you think that, but like when you doing it, like it feel natural. Like
If you used to it.
it's not even just.
If the first time you go, you nervous, your adrenaline pumping, but it's like, man, I'm here. I got it.
And it's for money.
No, some stuff, yeah.
Racing,
like,
racing
some
for
stuff,
most
yeah.
part, yeah.
Sometimes they do have events out there, and they do race for like big. I'm talking about like big money, where people come from out of state, come trying to drop some cash on something, and then the side bets be crazy too.
That's what I'm about to say. You think you about to race above a 10, man? Just not none dude behind you got 50 bands on you right now. Like they be putting up money, like, and just hearing them go back and forth. I got 5,000 on blue car. I got 3,000 on red. Like crazy. But like but like it come natural. Like how like you'll drive for a while and you feel like you are your car. Like how far your bumper go out. When you get into a parking space, it's the same way with sliding. You feel, my engine not supposed to go up this high with RPMs. Like you just feel it. You know what to listen to. Like it's just a whole feeling. If it don't feel smooth, then you're doing the wrong thing. So but you learn a lot out there though.
What's your dream road trip destination to take your car? Or
I know.
Cause I don't know if I want to take my car too far. That bitch might explode on me. The way it's sitting right now, I don't even go to Walmart with that motherfucker. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't gonna lie.
Gas station
My
in the back.
dreams in high school, I always told myself, like, when I buckled down and take it serious, I want to get a Lambo, like, just own that bitch and then drive that bitch around in Spain. Cause I feel like you really made it. If you, like, they make Lambos in Spain. If you can take a Lambo to Spain and just drive around through some crazy shit, that's just my dream.
Dang. Crazy enough. I ain't gonna lie to you. This is gonna sound completely off of the car guy subject, I guess, in some way. I'd take an RV and just go around the country, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. RV like a little home on the road, and just
Type shit.
just go visit different things. And then a lot of times you can hook up whatever you want to the back of the RV and just take it with you too. So if I did have a car,
you sound like a family man.
a little bit, yeah. I would love to, go on a road trip with my family RV and then take my car with them. But actually, I do have some friends in Colorado who we've always talked about me coming up there, hitting the mountains with them or whatever and stuff like that. So I have to take that back. I probably would actually, if my car ever gets some optimum driving condition, driving condition, I would love to take it up there to them. Cause I know they got some Mustangs. They from down here. They brought their Mustangs up there, and we just going on like a little a little cruise to the mountains. You know, I would love to do that and just hear my car through the echo of the mountains. So I would say that.
If you could add any sports car to your garage, what would it be?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a good question. It's so many.
I'm just going big three.
Big three?
Give me big three, Hellcat, Scat, and track. That's all I need. I'm good. I got it.
Scat, big three.
The track for I can interchange track for Durango personally. That's when I want to be a family man. You heard me?
You got the track for that.
Yeah, the track of the Durango. Then I got the Hellcat on my weekends. Then I got the Scat just my everyday. But honestly, I'm scared of even doing that. That shit gonna cost a lot of gas, brother. But I feel like if I got all three, then fuck it.
You got
fuck
the
it.
money.
Fuck it. Yeah. That, and then I guess I'm gonna do all them my weekends, you heard me? And then I'm gonna do something super sporty with Honda for the daily.
A Honda spokesperson.
Y'all just a sponsor.
Yeah, I'm about to say Honda. If you see this, holla at your boy. But honestly, I've had a lot of dream cars in my growing up of just being in the car life, especially when I was younger as a kid going through high school and stuff like that. But there was one car that always stuck out to me because the person who owns the company has to send you an invitation to even buy the car. And it's not no super crazy fast car, especially when you start talking about other types of cars like that. Oh, no, well, fuck that. But no, it's Ferrari actually. It's they don't make them anymore, so I know that price probably don't shot up on them bad boys. But it's called a Ferrari Enzo.
I didn't know they don't make them anymore.
Cause I just know they don't. They stopped producing them probably around the time I found out about them. But it's a Ferrari Enzo, and if you know, the founder of Ferrari was Enzo Ferrari himself, so they named that car after him. And he at the time, if I don't know who this is gonna. Buku nerds about Ferrari probably gonna see this and be like, well, actually,
technically, brother,
hack the mainframe. But no, he would actually have to send you an invitation to even buy the car. Like you couldn't go see it on the lot. You couldn't go type it in, search it on Google, and be like, "Oh, I want to buy it." I know this man would have to be like, "Hey, man, I'm giving you the opportunity to buy this car. Would you want to, purchase this car from me?" And it's still decently fast. It ain't no crazy fast thing. Especially even at its time, it wasn't even crazy fast for the cars going around it. Especially not today. But it's just the fact of how the specialness of the car. Of course they made a lot of them comparatively. Whatever. But it's just like, I would say the individuality of the car, the fact that like this man, exactly me to buy this car. So I would love that. I would love to have a Ferrari Enzo. I don't know if he's still doing it because, like I said, I don't know if they're all purchased nowadays. So you probably can go on Google, find a person personally selling it or whatever, But at the time when they first was making it, oh no, you had to get that invitation. So I would love a Ferrari Enzo, dream car.
Since both of y'all told me about y'all boxing career and how y'all into boxing, what inspired y'all to start boxing?
My dad used to, like I think he mentioned earlier, my dad used to fight when he was around his later teenage years, early 20s years. And, we ain't had he was almost like Wilt Chamberlain, but nobody got the film of it. But apparently, homeboy was nice. So, and then he would always just, just around the house, show me some stuff or whatever about just self-defense, combat and all that. And that kind of just started my passion in general about what the art of combat. Like, I'm not even just talking about boxing, I'm talking about like any type of fighting combat, any type of combat style is like, it just woke my interest in it. And I just always felt like I think I personally could do stuff like MMA and stuff like that, but like them boys get reckless with the kicks and the elbows and all that stuff. Like, so boxing is kind of like the safest thing where I could put my all into something and actually really see my potential of where it goes with it. And so, and just through the years of just in the kitchen, just messing around like, oh, put your hands up like this or whatever, hit this, blah, 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 and him just demonstrating stuff, it kind of just like it fueled that fire inside me. And so finally, we always, my mama used to always kind of like push us off from it because she was like, no, I don't know how it's going to make you. I don't know if it's going to make you an angrier person and stuff like that, blah, 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 blah. But really, it teaches you discipline. You really don't have to be angry to fight. It really is probably...
Tank said that. He was like, he always got to be the aggressor and red.
You can, but like you don't have to be like, oh, I see red. That's really what's gonna get you messed up, because it's a thinking game. You know, it's like chess. You know, how this person move, how you react to this that I do. You know, so it's like it's really a thinking thing. So it can't be red. And then when I finally had my opportunity to actually like, you know, to see what it's about, to actually, you know, give it a chance, I took it. And so I've been there for like, I've been there for like 2 years now. I'm just looking for my first amateur fight. I'm gonna do my amateur career, and then hopefully I can turn pro.
What's a common misconception people have about amateur boxing?
I think a lot of them really don't take it serious. You know, I think they think it's easy. You know, a lot of them like to stack up a lot of their fights or whatever. You know, you hear people with records like 520 in their amateur career, and it's like, I understand that, but if you started your amateur career at like 12, at 13, I guarantee you those boxers that you meet at 16, 17, 18 aren't like them 12 and 13-year-olds you fought, you know. Their body's maturing just like yours. They learning just like you. So even though you've been stacking fights since you were like 9, I think a lot of more of your quality fights come into when those people are hitting I'm gonna say they grown man strength, they grown man body, which I feel like in some cases definitely do start at 16. It's if definitely not by 18. You know, those are way different fighters than back then. So you could rack them fights up, but like a lot of people just, you know, I don't think they really understand that the seriousness, like really and truly, if you waited till you were like in them later teenage years, you can get a lot more quality fights without just having a stat pad. You know, just increase the number of fights you had. So a lot of people don't take that seriously. They just think, oh, I'm gonna just get all these fights in, blah 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 blah, and then I'm ready to go pro. But I just feel like, you know, you gotta be a little bit more strategical about it. You don't have to start so early like that. You can start a little bit later, get a lot more quality fights with a lot more people stronger, faster, or around the same, you know, level as you, instead of just beating up on a little kid that just really ain't understanding like you are. You know, you might have been better at 9 than that 9-year-old, but y'all both still 9, you see? Instead of, you know, if you better than an 18-year-old, y'all both almost grown men. So it's almost like you up there. So that's what I feel like.
Okay, so what are your goals as an amateur boxer, and do you plan to turn pro someday?
As an amateur boxer, like I said, especially now, I ain't gonna say my age, but I'm definitely older up there. Probably look good, you know, black don't crack, but period. But I'm definitely up there in age, so I would like a lot of quality fights, like I was saying. I would like to see a lot of national events to really get that experience from just across the nation, you know. Somebody in this region might show me something different than somebody in that region, but they both could be better to help me just become a better fighter. So, you know, I really don't want to spend too much longer in the amateurs. I know it's just, you know, the fight's gonna come, but I'd rather not take too much time so I can have the time to turn pro, you know. I don't want to turn pro when I'm in my 30s, you know. I want to have a little bit of my 20s left to try to take advantage of that and kind of, you know, just start my career from there. But I'm patient, you know. I know everything happens for a reason. Not to be, you know, cliche, but God got his plan for me, so, you know, I'm gonna just be patient with it. When my time is gonna come when it's gonna come. As far as some people, you know, a lot of different people, so you can kind of still say the same. It's like, my best thing is just to always be adaptive, really, because you're not gonna get the same cookie cutter fighter. You know, everybody not gonna have the same style, so you really just gotta have the mental to be able to adapt and change to it, and just overcome whatever adversities that in that ring. Even with sparring, like, you know, nobody's trying to hurt nobody, but it's like we gotta take this for real, because my dad used to always say, how you practice is how you play, you know, or you play how you practice. So if you practice not taking it serious, you're gonna play. When you actually get in that ring, you're gonna actually not take it serious. So like, you can still take it serious without having the intent to hurt your partner, you know, to hurt your sparring partner. Because at the end of the day, y'all teammates, you know, y'all go to the same gym. So if I'm beating up on you, I ain't gonna have nobody else left to spar. So like, it's like my coach be saying, it's iron sharpening iron. You know, we in there together. So yeah, we trying our best, but we not trying to kill each other, you know, because at the end of the day, I gotta see you tomorrow, you know. Right. If you ain't coming tomorrow because you don't, I don't beat you up or you don't beat me up, we ain't never really gonna progress together. So you gotta just really be there and learn, and that adaptivity is gonna come the more you spar.
So do you think that's the hardest part of training?
I would say, yeah, sparring, because that's the closest thing you're gonna get to the real fight until you actually get to the real fight, man. and it's really just trying to get the nerves out the way. I'm talking about like stomach hurting, nervous. When the coach be like, "We sparring today," man, I used to get the shaking. Man, my stomach used to be, I ain't gonna lie, my stomach used to be bubbling like, oh, I'm so nervous, cause it's like I ain't never did this before, you know. And even after a while of doing it, I still used to get nervous. I'm just now, after all these, well, I'm not gonna say all these years, but like after like 2 years of doing it, I'm just now getting more comfortable with the idea of it, you know. Even just the thought of it. Back when I first started, even just a thought of sparring, like nobody had to say anything about sparring, but if I just thought about it myself, my heart would start pounding. I would start getting a sick, queasy feeling in my stomach just from the thought of it. And that's how really nerve-wracking it can be, cause especially if something you never did before. So.
So if you could fight any famous boxer, past or present, who would it be and why?
Now we about to get messy. Who would I fight? Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, cause Mike Tyson's a little big body, bro. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's I eat his children. Praise be Allah. I don't know. That's a hard question, you know. Or maybe I'm just worried about this bitch going viral, and they'll be like, beat the fuck out that boy. But there'd be a lot of fighters I would like to fight, like Roy Jones Jr. You know, I honestly don't think he was as good as everybody made him to see. You know, I thought his style was actually pretty sloppy in my opinion. Yeah, I just didn't think Roy Jones Jr. was like that. You know, he did what he did. You know, if you look him up, he was knocking people out, dropping people. But like, I just didn't really like his style. But there's some other people just wanting to fight them. I would love to fight Bud Crawford. That's Terrence Crawford. Tank is somebody I would love to fight with. Devin Haney.
He's retired now.
Tank, well, that's for right now. He's just saying that because he probably like Shakur Stevenson, if you know about him. He retired at one point because he felt like everybody was ducking him. He couldn't find no quality, quality fighter, so he probably thinking the same thing. But Ryan Garcia, again, another Roy Jones Jr., I just don't think he's that good. A little wild with his style, not too technical. I'm not saying I'm the best, especially because I'm still learning right now, and I'm not a pro. But technique is still technique. Fundamentals are still fundamentals. I just feel like he ain't really got him like that. So,
So would you fight Keith Lee? Cause I seen he was.
Keith Lee was actually
an
an MMA fighter.
Yeah, Keith Lee was like really nice, but he wasn't doing as good as he thought he would. Like he was actually like. That's the thing about going pro, bro. Like people don't realize, like when you go pro, just because you don't want to sell certain amount of tickets, or like because you don't make it to a certain level, don't mean you're not nice. I know, like that nigga whoop my ass, bro. Like niggas be nice when they touch pros. Like even with shit like NBA and like once you go from amateur to you're nice, like that shit crazy. The smallest shit, the smallest shit, like me being amateur with him, I'd be like, okay, let me do this. But like when you turn pro, they get to breaking down shit like you gotta fake this because he think you doing this because you're supposed to do this, and instantly gonna take like, bro, that shit. I know if I keep Lee, fuck that.
Yeah, nah.
That. Mr. Fool Man beat the shit out of me. Mr. Fool Man whoop my ass.
Okay, so I just want to thank y'all for coming, and y'all could just tell us where we could find you at.
If I told you that, you'd be at my job. Stop acting me. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I got another thing. Duke Estrada Boxing Academy, Highway 90, Avondale, Louisiana.
But you can find us at that location.
Yeah.
He gonna get you right.
Cause he gonna get you right for sure.
I have never seen abs a day in my life until I worked with that man. I had abs, bro. But yeah.
He ain't been there. But if you want to talk about specifics, you can follow me on Instagram at Nova25. That's NOVA _2_5. I ain't gonna say that's gonna be my boxing page, but I guess that's gonna be who I am, whether I'm boxing or whether I'm doing something else. So if you want to come and support, I'm gonna post some videos and clips and all that stuff, pictures or whatever from my first fight, win, lose, or draw, don't matter what it is. It's just the life of boxing. So I'm gonna post it. If y'all want to come follow me, cool. I might have some stuff about bikes, might have some stuff about cars. I don't know. I see whatever 2025 hold. You feel me?
Okay.
You can find me at Thaxton the Artist, THAXTON, the Artist. That's my artist page, Stacks and the Fighter. That's my fighting page. Got a lot of stuff coming up, music-wise, and I'm gonna see y'all when I see y'all.
Okay, so make sure y'all check them out, and I just want to thank y'all for watching. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
We're gonna be back for a part 2. Trust me, I promise.